Hello and welcome to the first video of 2020. So after Christmas and New Year and all the kind of yummy food and everything, nourishment of being around family and friends, it's nice to just kind of ground down and come back to yourself a bit, but also maybe you feel like perhaps you've overindulged a little bit over Christmas. I know I sort of sometimes feel a bit heavy, a bit kind of stodgy, probably just eating too many carbs. But anyway, we're going to focus on that area today. So around the kind of centre of the body, we're going to do some stuff for the transverse abdominus. So when we're working the transverse abdominus, which is the closest layer of the abdominal wall towards the spine, it's drawing in like a corset towards the spinal column. The effect of that is very different to using the rectus abdominis, so the kind of six-pack muscles that run down the front of the body to the pubis. So when you are working these muscles, you're not going to be able to feel it as strongly as you would. It's more of a subtle sensation. So we're going to start off with some of that, and it's going to be really about trying to tune in with your mind to that area and to focus on that drawing in. So think of it like a container, bringing all of the organs and tissues centrally into the body. Okay, so we're going to start off by keeping the knees bent, place the feet down, and then just roll all the way down onto the ground. Bringing the hands down either side, just lift the tailbone and lengthen the sacrum away. So come to lift the legs up, bring the legs together, flex out through the feet. Just start to get that sense that the back is flat, the navel's drawing towards the back of the body, and the knees are stacked on top of the hips. So just come to separate the knees slightly now. And then try to focus. Take the hands onto the stomach. Bring the awareness to those muscles, the transverse abdominis, drawing in towards the spine, keeping the back reasonably flat to the ground. So we're going to keep the hands where they are. On the exhalation, just point the right toes and tap the toes to the ground. Keep the control. So if we're looking for quality here over quantity, inhale, come back up, flex the foot. Exhale, point the left toes and touch down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, right, nice and slowly. Keep that control around the core. Exhale, back up. Inhale. And then exhale, take the left down. Inhaling up, exhaling right. And back up. And then once more on the left. And then just take the hands, interlace them behind the legs. Bring the thighs towards the body. Inhale to lengthen the legs up. So you can either keep the hands interlaced here or separate them if that feels quite tight in the hamstrings. Allow the knees to soften. Find a bit of a stretch. Inhale, thighs to the chest. Exhale, press away. So just taking a few more inhales and exhalations. And bring the knees back to the chest. Okay, so we're going to place the feet onto the ground now. Spread the toes nice and wide so the surface of the feet are nice and open against the ground. You feel the four corners of the feet grounding. Take the hands alongside the body. So on the inhale, we're going to lift the right hand and take it towards the left thigh. Exhale back down. So over to the other side, inhale to lift. So the head should remain on the ground. Very subtle movement here. Exhale down. Right hand over to the left thigh. Exhale. Inhale left hand. So you might feel a bit more those crossway oblique muscles working here. Exhale down. Once more on either side. Just helping to get the brain switched on to what feels equal on the two sides. Now I'm going to raise the legs. So once again with that raised leg tabletop position, keep the knees hip distance, feet hip distance. Inhale, lift the right hand to the left thigh, and this time extend the right leg straight. Exhale, coming back down, over to the left, extend and point the left toes. Exhale, right hand, right leg extends. Exhale, once more, drawing in with the core, left hand, left leg extends. Exhale, inhale, right hand, right leg. Exhale, inhale, left hand, left leg. Exhale, once more on both sides. And releasing down. Bring the hands to the knees. Bring the knees towards the chest. And then straighten the elbows. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Okay, so hug the knees from shins to the chest. And just try taking the hands up and down the legs. And varying amounts of pressure on, and just see how it feels onto the lower back. We'll take the feet now mat distance apart behind. Take the arms out wider away, palms face up. Draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. And just windscreen wiper through the legs. So inhale to lift the knees and exhale over to one side. So I'm going to use the head as well. Inhale, drop the knees to the left and bring the gaze towards the right hand. Inhale to the centre and then over to the right, gaze at the left hand. Just taking a few more like this. Perfect. Come back to the centre, bring the arms so that the palms face down, and then take the heels to set up for your bridge pose. Once again, lengthen the sacrum away, draw the navel towards the spine. We're going to bring the arms almost like, I guess that kind of cactus arm shape where you bend the elbow, as if you're pressing a big block in between your hands. So there's a little bit of pressure here, and then just try and draw the shoulder blades down. So this is going to kind of keep the arms really engaged with your bridge pose. Make sure the back of the neck has its natural curve. And then on your inhale, really press down into your feet so the arches are lifted. Start to draw the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, lift towards the shoulder blades. And then feel as if you could drag the feet away from you.
come up onto the heels. Keep the squeezing of the inner thighs towards one another. It's almost like the hands reflect that squeezing of the thighs. Take a few deep breaths. And then on the exhale, slowly lower down all the way onto the toes and roll down through the vertebrae of the spine. Okay, take a deep breath. Release the hands down for a moment. Inhale. Make sure the collarbones are nice and wide. And exhale. Inhale, lift the arms once again into those kind of cactus arms, pressing the imaginary force between them, resistance. Inhale, start to press the feet into the ground as if they're going to come forward. Slowly begin to roll up through the vertebrae. So this time we're going to come up onto the tiptoes. Nice and stable. Keep the glutes nice and firm here. Deep breath. Long breath out. Inhaling. Exhale. One more breath. And exhale, roll all the way back down. Brilliant. Release the arms. I'm going to hug the right shin into the thigh. And then extend that leg out long and switch. Exhale to switch. Take a deep breath. Exhale to switch. Deep breath in. So exhale, switch. This time bring the forehead up towards the knee and hover that left leg. Switch and hover. Switch and hover. Switch and hover. Switch and hover. And we'll take it up just a little bit in time. For 3, 2, 1, and last side, release. Extend the legs up towards the ceiling. So you might have straight backs of the legs here or a little bend in your knee. Inhale to extend and reach the palms forward, bring the forehead towards the knees. Draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. I'm going to pulse the hands up and down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep lifting, 7, 8, press up through the heels, and 10. Release back down, bring the shins towards the chest. Maybe take some nice circles through your knees here. So allowing each knee to go in its independent circle. Okay, so we're going to want to roll up now. You might want to rock and roll up and down on your spinal column or come over to one side. So you're rocking and rolling, just take a few up and down. You can hold behind the knees. Okay, we'll come all the way to sit up. Okay, so we're going to take the legs out wide here. We want to take them out wide, but not to the point where we kind of rotating the hips so much that it feels almost awkward or painful to stay in that position. So if it does feel like that, just take them a bit closer together. So So there's still a bit of traction here between the legs. So I've still got some strength here with my legs in this position. I'm going to flex out through the feet. If you can, try to draw the backs of the knees down towards the ground. Find some length in the spine where you're not convexing or concaving through the back body. So tailbone's nice and long. And then bring the hands to interlace. So we're going to come over first of all to your right hand side. So lean over towards the right. And then you're going to make some circles. So imagine your torso circling around the pelvis, over to the left, and then drawing back. So you're going to continue that circle, still try and keep your strength in your legs, and then over to the right. So it might just be smaller circles, especially as the body sort of warms up in this area, around the pelvis, around the hips. So keep breathing nice and deeply. Inhaling all the way round. Exhale as you come back. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way back. Keep flexing the feet. See if you can come back a little bit further. So a bit more challenging for the balance here. Inhale, coming forward. Keep the back of the back nice and long. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. So you come back to the centre. Just move the feet forward to interior rotate, and exhale, externally rotate. So just a few times. I'm going to go for the other way. So if you can, take the hands in your different interlace, so the opposite thumbs on top. And we'll start this time by coming over to your left first. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Try and keep your sit bones down to the ground. Nice long breath in. Full exhale. Maybe make the circle a little bit wider in circumference. Okay, and then come back to the centre and release the hands. Bring the legs back together, give them a nice squeeze in towards the chest. Bring the head down to the knees. And just come to the windscreen wiper the legs here. Take the hands nice and firm, lift up through the chest. Feet mat distance. Drop over to one side, to the centre, and then back to the other. So that completes this session for the day. I hope that you feel a little bit more movement going on around the core and a little bit of warmth. And with sort of regular practice of those transverse abdominus, bring more and more awareness each time. So just allow yourself to kind of work with it, even if you didn't sort of feel exactly what was going on today. That will come with time and practice. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, and wishing you many blessings for 2020. Namaste.